Welcome to day 3 of my Stitchmas slash Vlogmas day 3. Right, what I'm going to be doing this part of the video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I've been up to in the way of craft. I'm going to open my advent calendars. I'll probably touch on anything I need to mention about yesterday's video. And I'll talk a little bit about the little bit of footage you've just seen. Now, if you've just watched that last bit of footage and all has gone to plan, you'll have just seen my Harry Potter doll holding his Central Perk cup. Yeah, he's decided to give the 3 broomsticks a bit of a miss today. And he swapped his butterbeer for a coffee and he's gone to Central Perk. So yeah, thought I'd have a little bit of fun with that. So that's the obviously advent calendar my husband's got at the moment, the Friends one, and he's here this morning, so he's actually opened day 3. So sometimes I might have to show you the Friends one a day late because he's not here and he's opening it on the evening, but he's actually opened it again today. So the first things, obviously I've showed you already, but this was in day 3, and it's washi tape, and it says they don't know that we know on it. Now I don't know if it's going to say, that's something that's said in Friends, they don't know that we know. Now I don't know if it's going to say that repeatedly all the way through the whole roll, but until we use it we don't know. So that's been quite a lot of fun, my husband opening that calendar anyway. Now the Christmas tree, the star Christmas tree. Now I spoke about that I've got the pattern out and some fabrics out to try and feel inspired on doing it, and then I thought, oh gosh, I've got to trace all the patterns. Well, just before coming on film today, I'm just looking at this. Does it look a bit wonky? No, it doesn't look too bad, does it? Just before coming on film today, I have actually done some photocopying just to save me a bit of time. So this is the pattern piece you get in there. So what I've done is I've folded it as close to the edge that I could, and I put this under my photocopier with this bit sticking out. Now the first one I did, it didn't get it all. Let me show you. Oh, that one's okay. Maybe it's this end. Yeah, the first one I did, obviously I didn't get it done right. I missed off an edge. So I'm still going to use this one because obviously I can't use it for the large stars, but I can use it for the small ones. But I've readjusted it, and basically I think there's 7 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm presuming you're going to need 2 of each side for a top and a bottom layer to sew together. So I've actually photocopied it out 7 times. And I'm going to be, obviously there's going to be a lot of paper waste, which is a bit of a shame, isn't it? But just, it can't be helped, and it just saves me so much time having to trace things out, keep it in place. At least I know these stars are going to be perfect. And yeah, I'm going to spend the time now cutting a different size out, and I'll probably label them from 1 to 7 so I can keep an eye. So yeah, this might get me moving, doing a bit of sewing night, and it's, so, but obviously I've got to think about those yoga gifts that I want to make, and I haven't actually decided on what I'm going to make with those yoga fabrics. It's just, it'll probably be some kind of bag or zip pouch or something like that. We'll just see. So that's the sewing I've got in my brain, but I haven't actually gone ahead and done any sewing yet. And also, do you know, I've been doing Mandy Shaw's Secret Society, and I get a parcel every month. This is the first month since it's starting in June that I've actually thought, no, I'm putting that aside for now because it isn't Christmas themed. And I know I can stitch those up quite quickly, so I'm going to leave those for now until after Christmas. I'm going to basically stitch those up because I haven't actually backed the ones from November yet and done the binding. So what I might do is after Christmas stitch up those, and I'll do the backing and the binding on the 4 blocks when I'm ready to, kind of thing. But I've just got to crack on with Christmas. Now you've seen that I've been making some I've made one Terry's Chocolate Orange Christmas pudding cover. Now I didn't mention in a previous video what yarn I actually used. Now, the yarn I used was a Stylecraft Special Life. Now, Stylecraft Special Life has got wool and acrylic in it. I don't know what the composition is, but I bought this yarn to make that owl. I knitted an owl for my son when he was in hospital. I let him choose something, and then he came out and I ordered the yarn and I knitted an owl this time last year, actually. That's why I didn't end up getting the mice done last year, because my son had that emergency surgery and I ended up knitting that big owl with the glasses on. So yes, that's what happened. But so I've used that yarn. However, I use that green that I've shown you I've used on one of my sprouts that I don't know where it came from. And that red is Stylecraft Special Life. That's what I used on the owl's glasses. So yeah, that's the first one that you've already seen. Now, what I didn't mention actually in a previous video when I showed you, I did something slightly different when I cast on. I started on a purl row when you're meant to start on a knit row, and then what I had to consider is that would then mess up the pattern a little bit. And then I made a mistake on the icing. That icing was just meant to be a little bit deeper on that bit there. It's meant to be 2 stitches high here and 2 stitches high here, and I only did 1 on one level. However, it didn't really matter really. I didn't think it looked awful or anything, and actually it worked out better with the rows because I'd done this extra row. Now what I've done the next time, I've knitted another one. I haven't done any leaves yet. Oh, and by the way, I didn't use the pattern for the leaves. I did crochet leaves, and if you want me to explain how I made those, I'll explain that to you. But yeah, I didn't want to make the felt ones that were in the pattern, or well, they didn't give you a template, I don't think. You could either use felt ones or you could knit ones, but I just thought I'll crochet these up quicker than I will knitting. But anyway, I've gone on to make the next one. Now this time I've cast on as I should have done, right, started with a knit row, and I've done the icing correctly. So look how minute, you can't even see, can you, the icing, the difference, but you can see, look at how my cast on here and the cast on that you're supposed to do, mine curls a little bit more than that one. Now I think on camera that looks better, but to the naked eye, the chunkier curl looks a bit better. However, I've actually started knitting the next one, right? I've cast on and I've done 3 rows. I've actually done I've done the cast on. I've started with the purl row like I did on my first one. So what I might actually do, because you can't really tell with the icing, the colour rows are the most headache of rows, and there's 4 of them. But when on here I made a mistake. I only did 3 colour work rows by mistake instead of 4, but it's worked out fine. So I think when I work, and that's the one, obviously it's worked correctly. What I'll it's sticking up a bit bulbous there, isn't it? I think I need to pull it down a little bit firmer over the chocolate orange, like that. Maybe I need to do my seam a bit tighter, but when you've got the leaf on there you won't see that if it springs up, will you? So yeah, so I've got kind of 2. I've got to make 5 altogether. So yeah, it is a bit of boring for you, isn't it, seeing this? But I'm just going to keep working at them, and actually now I'm only going to do 3 colour work rows on them instead of 4. They're going to work up even quicker. So what my plan is, I'm thinking of knitting up all the covers first. Then I'm going to go back and do all the leaves and the berries, you know, do a bit of conveyor belt kind of thing. So have I got here? I've only got 3 more. 5. I've got, let me think, my husband, my dad, and oh yeah, I've only got 5 to do in total. That's fine then. So basically I've got 2 one sort of done. I've got one done, and then I've cast on another one, and then so I've got 3 more to do, so which is quite useful. These boxes aren't too bad, but the other boxes were battered. I've discarded the most battered boxes. This one was a bit battered, so yeah, I'm gonna just plough on, and I've got them in one of those Christmas Eve boxes. This is my husband and I's Christmas Eve box. Oh, I said to you in a previous video that we haven't done Christmas Eve boxes before. I have done Christmas Eve bags. They're like bags, and I put like vinyl names on. I think I gave them out Christmas Eve, or I don't know if I gave them on Christmas Day. I can't remember. But we've never done a box, Christmas Eve box kind of thing, so they'll probably end up not being anything in my husband's and my Christmas Eve box, in all honesty, you know, because you know what I'm saying, you concentrate on everybody else, don't you, rather than yourself. So if it, you know, get everybody else sorted, maybe I'll start putting things in this one. So, and obviously I'm still trying to think about what I'm going to put in my calendar. Now, if I do go into my local, sorry about this, my local town this week, I am going to get some extra little bits. I might even put some makeup or something in it, you know, something I haven't run out of, but I know that I'll enjoy getting, you know, to put in my stock. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention my hair. Now, most days you're probably going to see me with my hair clips in, and it's just because my hair, once I let my hair down, it gets messy quite quickly in the house while I'm doing jobs and washing and dishwasher and ironing and whatever else I'm doing, which I'm not including in my video. You know, sometimes I might put the odd snippet of the odd chore in, but I'm not going to put, you know, I do so many daily chores, I'm not going to include everything. And obviously every day I'm doing, like, apart from on weekdays, I'm doing school runs and things, and I've not been including any of that in my Vlogmas. So yeah, it's just little snippets. Mainly my Vlogmas Stitchmas is mainly aimed at the crafty side of my life, with a few extra little bits thrown in, pets, family, just a few, and anything Christmassy. Yeah, so I don't start mine every morning, because when I started Vlogmas, I think I'd only seen a bit of one Vlogmas, so I didn't really know when I started it last year what it was like. But I know some people, they start from their morning coffee and basically go through the whole daily routine. But honestly, I do so much in a day, you know, I just couldn't film and put all that together. I think I'd have a heart attack by the end of it. I think I'd die of stress or something, you know, because it is quite stressful trying to get videos out every day and the editing. And actually, touching on yesterday's video, there was a mistake. I've watched it, and when I had a heading saying my cat, it was a white cat and a tabby looking cat, that's Buttons, a boy cat, and Bella, the tabby cat, is Bella. Basically they I'd got a heading going over, so I'd put Buttons and Bella, but a heading had gone over, put your heading here, over the writing I'd already done. So I'm really sorry if the quality of my videos and editing and things isn't as good in Vlogmas as it's been previously leading up to Vlogmas. I really apologise, because it's just that I'm having to get these out at a rapid rate, and it's getting the time to sit there and edit. I can't be going through it with a fine-tooth comb checking it. So yeah, so please bear with me if there's any mistakes or some rubbish bits, you know, please forgive me. Right, so which calendar shall I open first? Right, I think I'm going to open, I think I called this is the one I won, the hemline, and I think I keep calling the lady that sent it to me Little Miss So-and-so. I think she's called Little Miss Sown, right, not Little Miss So-and-so. It's the other calendar, the Crafty So-and-so Advent Calendar. I think I'm getting the two mixed up, right, but this is the hemline, the one I won. So it's day 3. Nice and easy to find again. All 3 so far have been right at the bottom. So here we go. These boxes are really lovely actually, because there's print all over them. I wonder if I could reuse them for anything. Very handy indeed. Oh, it actually says inside, oh, I nearly dropped it then. It says silver metal thimble. I didn't realise that. It actually tells you what it is, which is quite useful, isn't it? Oh, they cut those ones that I called dressmakers pins yesterday. They've called household pins. And I'm guessing the other one would have said bobbins, because I got metal bobbins, didn't I, in it yesterday. So, okay. I think that box is in my Poppy to Fry fabric Christmas pot. I think it's on my dresser, so I can't have a look in that box right now. So I'll pop that over there. That's lovely. Now, I do keep metal thimbles in one of these tins. It's not this one, is it? Oh no, I've got pins in that one. Yeah, I'm not going to go through all my tins now. I've got various tins sitting up here with little bits in. I find tins quite useful, but you do forget what you keep in your tins. It's a good idea to keep all your little tins together and every now and then have a look through them, and then you remember then what you've put in them. So I'll pop that hemline one down there. So yeah, that's nice, isn't it? So shall I do the crafty so-and-so? Let me have a feel. I'm wondering what I've put in mine. I'm wondering what's going to be the most exciting. Do you know when you kind of want to save the best till last? Now, these are all mixed up in this one. So normally when I look for these, I have to cut a bit of video out. It probably looked like nothing to you, like I've never gone away. But sometimes it takes me a while to find them. Right, I'll probably have to cut this bit out now. Right, hopefully I haven't lost anything down there. Basically, I thought 2 of the gifts are dropped then, but I've had a look down there and I can only find one. Hang on, let me have another look just in case. No, definitely nothing down there. Yeah, definitely nothing down there. Right, I had to delve in quite far for this one. It's quite big, so I'll just crack this open. Before I get it out, it does feel like fabric, and I've got my hand in. Oh, it looks like a tote or a, you know, like a shopping bag. Ah, okay, it is. Yes, it's a bag like this, and there is a design on the back of it. And it says, start as you mean to sew on. Oh, I like that. Crafty so-and-so. So that's great, isn't it? That's nice. I really like that. So thank you so much to them. Now, I haven't shopped from the Crafty So-and-so a great deal. They are in the Midlands, but I think they're over the East Midlands in Leicester. So I don't know if how much I've bought from them. I think I must have bought something from them before, because I've had an email from them, and I did meet the girls once before I knew who they were, or I was really interested in dressmaking. I met them at the Ragley Hall and they were lovely girls, but I really wish I'd kind of knew who they were more before I met them. I'd have been more like, I'd excited to meet them kind of thing. So yeah, but how lovely. Yes, that's nice. I could see myself walking about town. Maybe I should take it out today, shall I? For going to town. That'd be nice. Oh, actually, I'm wearing a Christmas jumper. This is an old Christmas jumper from not last year, maybe the year before or the year before that, and it's a Jules jumper. It's basically a dog with his scarf on, and he's got baubles on his antlers. So yeah, that's nice, isn't it? So that, yeah, a lovely thing to get. Actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea putting, do you know, all the contents. Actually, where's that thread gone? Do you know, yesterday I got some sewing thread. I can only, oh, as it fell, it's fallen. Yeah, so those are the ones I got yesterday. So I might actually pop those into the bag, right? And do you know the thimble? I might put that back in the box. What was in here? Household pins. Yeah, now I'm going to put all those in the bag actually, so it will remind me of like things that I've received over the advent off the other people, so I can keep a track of it and I know where it all is then if I want to go looking for something. Do I put things that I've got for myself in it as well? Yeah, maybe, unless I want to use it for something, then yeah, maybe I'll do the same. I wonder what I did with those Christmas stitch markers. Hopefully do you know what? I suspect the things I opened from day one are all in that fabric pot that I got from Poppy in the Lucky Dip. Right, so let's open my one. Look, I've definitely wrapped this myself. It's got a sticker on it called Simply Crochet. Now, just because it's got something to do with crochet on it doesn't mean it's crochet related. It's just because I had all these stickers with crochet things on out of a magazine I've had for ages, so I've just utilised them. Now this has got a little bit creased actually because I've had to squash it in, but I do remember getting this some time ago and I can tell you where it's from. It's from Merchant and Mills and it's a bodkin and a threader, and it came in that look. Now I remember I ordered maybe 1 or 2 or maybe 3 things from them for my advent calendar, and that's the first one I've come across. So actually I'm going to open this. There we go. That's very nice, isn't it? Look, it's nice and wide for getting wide things through. And that one, look. That's great, isn't it? For threading your needle and things if you're having a bit of trouble. So yeah, I'm going to pop that in the bag. Now, right, bear with me, I'll be back in a moment. Right, I've just retrieved the bobbins from yesterday and the box. It says metal bobbin, so I'm going to pop those back in and I'm going to put them in this bag. So I'll know that they were out of the hemline because I've put them back in their boxes. And what I'm going to do is this. The badge that I got out of my own calendar, I made this fabric pot. I think it was last year, I think. Yeah, actually, I remember. I don't advise this. I was actually doing the free motion stars of this under the influence of a little bit of wine. I think on Christmas Eve, because all my family were just doing their own thing. I thought, what the hell, I'm going to do some sewing. Right, so yeah, so I made this then. So I'm going to put all the things I received into this one that I made. And the stitch markers though, I think I'm going to take those upstairs. Those are lovely enamel stitch markers that I got from under the olive tree. The place that I keep calling it the olive tree, but it's under the olive tree knits, they're called. I will take that upstairs because that's where I'm knitting and crocheting, so they're most used up there. And that's that elastic thread I got yesterday from the Crafty Sewing. So I'll pop that in the bag. So yeah, it'll just keep a track of like where things are, won't it? And then if I want them, I know where to go. So is that it for now? Yeah, I think so. Oh, the bodkin, I'll pop that in there as well. Yeah, that is it for the moment. I don't really know what is going on a lot of today. What it is, my days, because I do work for my husband, but everything I do like on the computer and things. And he has given me, what it is, I'm always coming up with ideas for his business and computer-based things, right? But then I shoot myself in the foot because that's what he wants me to do it. So yeah, so I've got to do, you know, a load of things for him. But sometimes there's things I can't do because he's really rubbish at taking photographs of things. So unless I got a photograph, this is pretty useless really. So yes, because basically I'm employed by my husband part-time, and so that's my job, plus I'm a carer for my son as well, so you know, so I'm trying to fit all that in as well. Business, I'm not really business brained or anything. So what else? And then I'm going to yoga My husband, believe it or not, is going to kickboxing with his black foot with the bone sticking out, but he said he's not going to do any kicks. He's just going to do, because he can walk on it, he's fine to walk on it, but he's just going to do the boxing, put his gloves on and do the pad work, and luckily it's while I'm doing yoga, so I'll be getting my namaste on, you know, and all getting all spiritual and everything while he's going his, you know, so he comes out all sweaty and all red and hyped up, and I come out all, oh, you know, peace and love and happiness kind of thing, you know, like a hippie. Actually, what's really funny is I looked up once, it was just a bit of fun, what the definition of a hippie was, and I really fitted into the hippie category in many ways, actually, you know, the sort of things that I do and how I live and everything. So yeah, it's quite funny. But I never really saw myself as like a hippie, some, you know, a hippie kind of person, you know. So anyway, oh, I just realised I haven't put my earrings in. Right, so yeah, that's going to be this evening. So Friday's dinner-wise, I sort the boys' food out, and my husband and I, we're exercising during mealtime, unfortunately. So we just grab some fast food when we get out of the gym, because we're absolutely starving by the time we get out. So sometimes we have nipped through a KFC drive-through straight after the gym, because it's not that far to go to. And I have been playing Pokemon Go again for the last couple of months. Do you remember me saying during a video I got a notification of Pokemon Go, and it's a game I used to play, and it's trying to tempt me back on? Well, I've ended up playing it again. So I only, if my husband is driving, then I play it. And at KFC drive-through, there's a pub next door, and we eat our food in the car park. There's a Pokestop. Sorry if you don't know what this is. There's a Pokestop attached to the pub. So while we're sitting and eating our food, I can keep spinning this thing and keep getting lots of Pokeballs, and the Pokeballs are the thing you need to catch the Pokemon. So I'm really sorry if you're not a gamer, not a mobile gamer, haven't got a clue what Pokemon is, you know, but this, you know, just a bit of my life. So yeah, I've been playing that again, and obviously with my son plays it as well. So, but actually he's feeling a little bit bitter at the moment, because I managed to catch a Pokemon that he really wanted, that's got 3 stars. It's like the best you can get, and he got a bit downhearted. I offered to send it to him, but he wouldn't accept it. He said, no, you caught it, Mum. But then it made him all a bit down. So I just want to send it in, but even if I try to send it, if he doesn't accept it, he won't get it. So yeah, I feel a little bit bad about that, bless him. But I love it. It's a Pokemon he really wanted, and I've got it, and he won't accept it off me. And I feel quite proud of that, actually, that he doesn't want to take my good Pokemon off me, bless him. So what else is going on? So Fridays, other than, you know, like house chores, food shopping, work related things I have to do, because I fit that in as and when. Friday is all a bit up in the air. It all depends if my husband's working from home, if he's not working, if he's out doing physical work. I kind of judge my day sometimes from day to day based on him. So depending, if he turns around and says to me, oh, I want to go and get, which I suspect he might do, I want to go and get my hair cut in Knoll today, because our hairdresser, well, the boy's hairdresser, they're all, he's in Solihull, my town, on Tuesdays, but is in Knoll, which is a part of Solihull, but it's, you know, like you get a town with little other areas in it. Well, Knoll is just like the other side. So yeah, he's in there most days. So yeah, he might want to go over to Knoll. So if I do go to Knoll with my husband to have his hair cut, Knoll is very pretty, so I'll do a bit of footage. And I know I've got viewers that used to live in Knoll and Norwich, but don't even live in the country anymore, I think. And I've said I will do footage in those areas when I can. So yeah, so today is a little bit up in the air, but the only thing I do know is definitely going on, I've got yoga later, and then I'm getting takeout food and probably a bit of Pokemon hunting. So yeah, so that's it. But in between now and then, it's just as what happens and what I can get done. Like ideally sometimes it's better if my husband's out, because I can sometimes do a little bit of knitting, you know. Sometimes I feel a little bit guilty sitting in the day doing knitting, because the chores are never done, are they? So yeah, I have that guilt, you know, hanging over me when I'm sitting there crafting. But in all honesty, I'd probably prefer it if I sat knitting all day and then didn't pick up a knitting needle in the evening when he was there. I think sometimes he's looking at me and think he feels a bit abandoned. That's why I try, and sometimes when things like Emmerdale's over, sometimes I try and not craft after that's done, because I think, oh, you know, but it all depends on what's on telly and think, yeah, you know, so I have to try and have a happy balance on how much crafting I do and keeping my family happy as well. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, I'd quite happily sit spending all my time crafting if I could, but you know, you can't do that, can you? So, and as well, I've got to do my ukulele practicing, and I really neglect it because I don't like playing it in front of people. I don't mind my son who plays guitar, but I don't want to sit there playing it in front of my husband, driving him mad, you know, repeating the same bits over again, trying to get it right and things, you know. So anyway, I'm going to go now, and if there's something of interest to show you later, I will show you. So thank you so much for joining me so far, and yeah, and I'll see you soon. See you in the next bit. Bye. Well, just before lunchtime, I cut out all my templates and I marked a number. So I've put 7 on the largest, working my way down to the smallest one. I have wrote small on each one because there are 2 size trees. So I know if I ever want to use this again, this is the small tree. And I've pinned my first piece on. I've been looking through my fabrics here, so haven't quite decided what I'm going to use, but this is definitely going to be the bottom one, and this is folded in half, so I'm going to cut that out and then put this fabric aside. It's obviously that's the in the reverse side, that's what it's like on the other side. So yeah, I'm going to just crack on pinning these to fabrics and cutting them out, and yeah, I'll come back to you soon. Welcome back. Right, I am knee deep in red fabrics at the moment. Honestly, I had more than I thought. I've found absolutely loads of reds. I think I've gone from having nothing, right, to just loads of reds. So hopefully when I come to do my quilt, hopefully I'm just going to have loads and loads. And there's someone here as well. Hang on, let me just pop those there. Oh, right. I've got my... I aim to please. Oh, do you know, Siri? Did you hear that? Siri just said, I aim to please. Wow. You didn't do anything for me. Right, look at all these. I've just got loads. I have got Christmas fabrics that aren't reds, but those are not any good to me for what I want to do at the moment. But yeah, I've had a lovely time. And anyway, what I've done now, if I've put this piece of video in, I'm not sure if I have or not yet because I've not done the editing yet. I'd photocopied the small pattern piece out. Where is it? Well, it doesn't matter. I think it's that one. Photocopied it lots of times, 7 times to be exact, cut them out, and then I pressed some fabrics that I want to use, and I've laid them. Some of them are right sides together, some of them aren't. I should have done them right sides together, but what's nice about when they're not right sides together, you can kind of see what you're working with. So this is what I've got so far. All of these, so it doesn't look much at the moment. I've got like a red fabric with like a snow scene, that's inside out. Like a checkered one, that's inside out. That just looks like solid red, but see if I can give you a glimpse. It's got snowflakes on it, look. Number 4, it's like a nice snowy scene. Number 3, a checkery kind of look about it. then I've used the one that I used at the bottom. I've repeated it, that red snowy scene. It's inside out again, and then I've repeated that one on the top. So I kind of thought, oh, do I want to end on a red one? But what I plan to do is, because you have a dowel coming through the middle of these, and then you have on the pattern picture, I think they've tied a ribbon. Oh, right, okay. Oh, well, I've seen one on a picture. I must have seen this somewhere where they've tied a ribbon on the top. On this picture here, they've added another fabric star on the top. And this one, they've put like a light up star on the top. So, yeah, and obviously I'll have to sort out what I'm going to put in as a pot. Like, they look like they've used very skinny things going through them. Where when it said wooden dowel, I said to my husband, "Have you got a wooden dowel?" He said, "Yeah, I've got this." So I think this was the dowel that I used for my son's wigwam, and it was the bit we cut off. So yeah, it's rather large, isn't it? But I suppose the tree wouldn't be going anywhere, would it? Because the top one, you don't have to make a hole in it anyway. It sits on the top. Oh no, it says you don't make a hole for the top one. I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. 3, 4. So looking at this, what they've done, they've not used the top star as a layer. They've used the top star. Oh gosh, I don't think I'm going to do this actually as a star on the top like that. But they use a skinnier bit of dowel than what I was planning on using. Yeah, I might do it a bit differently. Right, leave it with me. Yeah, leave it with me. I'm not going to. Oh gosh. I'm going to be back in a moment, and I'll tell you why I'm gone. Right, I'm back. Thank goodness for that. We took our youngest son for a PCR test yesterday. Picked him up from school a little bit earlier. Just basically because he's been in contact with quite a number of people that have got COVID, and he's got a bit of a sore throat. So we just thought, we'll just rule it out. So we took him for a test. And yeah, this was like late yesterday and it's negative, so that's all good. So we had to stay home today. We really didn't think he'd got COVID, but you really don't know, do you? And he has had it before, so yeah, so that's all good. So we can go back to school on Monday, and we're all, so I don't know what the rules are these days. I don't know, I think if he had COVID, we'd all have to self-isolate, wouldn't we? So thank goodness for that. We haven't got to isolate. That's good news. Oh, and I ordered a box of hot chocolates to go in their advent calendars. So that's adding to my collection of things. And yes, so I'm going to bring this video to a close nice and early. It is 5:20 in the evening, so yeah, I'm going to bring it to a close so I can get it all edited and get it to you as soon as possible. So I hope you've seen what I've brought you today, what I've been up to. I'm really glad I've started a sewing project, because it really encourages me to just come in here and do a bit of sewing. But obviously Christmas puddings, I've really got to, obviously this is just, obviously I want to get this done for Christmas, but it's no mad rush. But Christmas puddings, I think I'm going to feel like a lot better when all those are done, and then I can just work on things as I feel like. But I feel like this is, I'm hellbent. And obviously gifts now, but the people that I'm making those yoga gifts for, they one person I've never ever given a gift to. She'll be totally surprised I'm giving this gift to her. Another person, I do gift her things at Christmas, but all else fails, I can actually give her something else. It's my figure skating teacher, basically. I can give her something else, and I can make that in the new year. So I have to make sure that I don't put too much pressure on myself, because you can you've got to think of your mental health, right? So a little bit of pressure is fine, but you have to, because obviously I'm, as well as all the things I want to get done, I'm also doing Vlogmas and videos and editing, so it's as well as Christmas, it's a lot to do, but I really enjoy it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. I absolutely love sharing my crafty life with you, and if I didn't share it with you, I'd have nobody to share it with. Basically, I would just be this person that I was like it for years, just in here pottering away, in, you know, with no friends, no craft friends. So it's really lovely to share, you know, my crafty life with you, and yeah, and then you enjoy seeing it. So anyway, I will be back tomorrow for some more advent calendar fun. See you tomorrow. Bye.